Hello everybody, Mark aka The Nerdy Punk back again today for a new video. I hope you all are doing well. Happy New Year everyone. It's January 1st of 2022 and I thought we would start off the year right off the bat with a new video. And today I'm going to go through my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2022. Now I am doing this as a top 10 list. But I'm going to do it in calendar order of release. So I'm not like going, this is my number 10 pick, this is my number 9, etc. We're not doing that. We're going to go based on when the movies are coming out throughout the year. And then I've also thrown in 3 honorable mentions. So technically it's 13 movies that we're talking about today. I actually haven't done a video like this on the channel before, but I typically do make lists of my most anticipated movies of the year, and so I thought this year, why not share it with you guys in video form. I will try to put a poster up here in the screen to show you what the movie poster looks like if there is a poster. If there's not a poster, I'll put some screenshots maybe from production or maybe a picture of some of the actors or something like that to fill in that spot. Kind of a couple caveats before we start. So these release dates, of course, are subject to change, and unfortunately some of these movies may not end up being released in 2022, especially with COVID and that situation still being relatively fluid. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we can be more confident this year than in the past couple years that these movies are actually going to come out when they're supposed to come out. And the other caveat is that several of these movies are part of franchises and are either sequels or remakes because, as is the nature with anticipated movies, you know, there's always going to be movies come out throughout the year that really surprise me, that are original, that I love, and those tend to be my favorite movies of the year. But going into the year in January, I really don't know anything about these movies, don't even know they exist in many cases. So the ones that I'm typically super excited for are ones by either directors that I know, have stars that I know, or are a part of a major franchise. And so that is the nature of these lists. Typically speaking, my most anticipated movies of the year don't always end up being my favorites at the end of the year. Okay, let's get started. The first 2 movies are actually ones that don't have a release date yet, but we can anticipate that these will be released in 2022. And the first one is Killers of the Flower Moon, which is the new movie from Martin Scorsese, following up The Irishman of a couple of years ago. That was a fantastic film. This stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Jesse Plemons and a series of other pretty well-known actors and actresses. And of course I'm excited about this because it's Scorsese. It's got DiCaprio, which is one of my favorite actors. And I really don't know a whole lot about it other than that it's based on a book and that it's a Western and it has a ridiculously high budget, so I'm interested to see what they do with that. Next one that does not have a release date is Knives Out 2, and that title may also be subject to change. Directed, of course, by Rian Johnson, and I absolutely loved Knives Out from 2019. It was one of my favorite movies of the year that year. I love Daniel Craig, and so him in this detective role is very fun. But that was just a great ensemble whodunit movie, and such a unique whodunit movie, which is why I'm really excited to see what he does with the sequel. Next one, speaking of whodunits, on February 11th, we have Death on the Nile, directed by Kenneth Branagh. Now, I saw Murder on the Orient Express, which is this new series of Agatha Christie adaptations from Kenneth Branagh, and I really enjoyed that movie. You know, there were some flaws with it, but I think it got a lot of hate that it didn't necessarily deserve, and so I'm excited to see his next one in the Poirot series of Agatha Christie novels. It stars Gal Gadot and Armie Hammer and several other major stars. Moving on, March 4th. Now I will tell you this is my most anticipated movie of the year. So I don't have the others in order, but this is absolutely my most anticipated #1 movie of the year, and that is The Batman by Matt Reeves. The Batman releases on March 4th, 2022, and I will probably be there day one, and maybe many other times in the theater. This looks so good. The trailers look so good. I wasn't 100% sure what to think about Robert Pattinson being cast as Batman, but I really like it. Now that I've seen him in the suit, I've seen him, in the movie, and his performance within the trailers, and I really, really dig it. It's not a carbon copy of like Nolan's Batman series, but it feels most similar to that. It's a very dark, gritty movie. I'm not sure if it's been announced yet, but I'm hoping that it's rated R, because I really want them to go for it. And it looks kind of like a Batman movie meets like Seven or another David Fincher movie. Just that gritty, kind of dark tone that I really am excited for. So The Batman is my #1 most anticipated movie of the year, and we get it early in the year on March 4th. Next one up, on April 8th, we have The Northman, which is directed by Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers has been 2 for 2 in my book. He came out with The Witch in, I believe, 2016, I think, somewhere around there. That is one of my favorite horror movies of the past decade. I think it's a fantastic movie. And then I wasn't quite as big of a fan of The Lighthouse from 2019, but I still found it to be an incredible film, and certainly very accomplished. And he's bringing back Willem Dafoe for this movie. It's about Vikings, and that's really all that I know about it. That it's going to be a gritty period drama about Vikings, maybe some horror elements in there as well. It's got Willem Dafoe, like I said. It's got Nicole Kidman, Alexander Skarsgård, and Bjork is in this movie, and tons of other famous actors and actresses. So I'm super excited for the new Robert Eggers movie, The Northman. Next up, on April 22nd, we have a new film from Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Just the title alone, I've seen the trailer. Trailer looks fun. A Nicolas Cage movie like this looks like it's going to be a hell of a good time, and so I can't wait to check this one out. Next one, on June 24th, is Elvis, directed by Baz Luhrmann. And I didn't even know this was coming out until I was watching some videos about kind of the top movies of 2022 and learned about this. This is a biopic of Elvis Presley. It stars Austin Butler, who's relatively unknown but has been in some major movies in the past few years in minor roles. I am super excited for this because I'm a big fan of Elvis Presley, and I just hope that they do this well and that it's a good biopic. You know, biopics are sometimes iffy, sometimes they're really good, so I'm hoping that this one's going to be really good. On July 22nd, we have the new film from Jordan Peele called Nope, which I don't know much about this film at all. I think the teaser poster is actually the only thing that we've gotten from this movie, but I do know it has Steven Yeun in it, and a couple other relatively famous people, Daniel Kaluuya, who's collaborated with Jordan Peele in the past on Get Out. And I really like both of Jordan Peele's horror movies, and so I can't wait to check this one out as well. Next, on September 23rd, we have a new film from Olivia Wilde, which is called Don't Worry, Darling. It stars Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, as well as Chris Pine, and a couple other people in there as well. This looks like a psychological thriller set in the 1950s. I love Florence Pugh's performances typically, and I love psychological thrillers, and so this looks like a movie that's right up my alley and something that I will hopefully enjoy quite a bit. Next one, on October 14th, we have Halloween Ends, directed by David Gordon Green. This is the finale to his rebooted Halloween trilogy that began in 2018. And continued last year with Halloween Kills. Now, I was not the biggest fan of Halloween Kills. I had many issues with that film, and I really enjoyed the 2018 remake, or reboot, shall I say. It was officially a sequel to the original. But, I don't know, I feel like they made many missteps with Halloween Kills. And so, but I still am interested to see how the trilogy is going to end and what they're going to do with it. And so, of course, I will probably be there opening weekend to watch this one. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down below on Halloween Kills, because I know it is a bit of a mixed opinion. Some people really like that one, but it didn't hit with me very much. On November 11th, we have the sequel to Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Speaking of ones that I'm very interested in seeing what they do with it, of course, Chadwick Boseman passed away now in 2020, I think. I wanted to say last year, but it's been a little over a year now. Of course, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. He's a fantastic actor, and he was perfect in this role. I'm just really interested to see where they take this series on Black Panther and what happens in this new film. And the 2018 film was so fantastic, and I hope, and I have a feeling that this one will be good. It just depends on what happens without Chadwick Boseman. Next one, December 16th, we have Avatar 2. We are finally getting the sequel to 2009's Avatar from James Cameron. He's been working on like 4 of these Avatar movies. Why do we need 4 Avatar movies? I don't know. I don't know why James Cameron can't be doing something else. But nonetheless, we get the first sequel about, what will it be, 13 years after the original. And so we will see how it is. I'm not like super duper excited for this one, but I know that this will be a cinematic event. I have a feeling many people will go out to the theater to see this, because the first one, of course, was the most highest grossing movie of all time. And it really, Blu-ray sales were incredible for that movie. That's one of the movies that really made the Blu-ray format. And so I have a feeling this will just be an event that everybody's going to be talking about, the new Avatar movie, and I'm hopeful that it's good. I like the original, but I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I watched it. I remember watching it in 2009. I don't remember if we rented it or if we actually went to the theater to see it. I honestly can't remember, but I do remember watching it with my family and enjoying it. And so, either way, I'm sure the visuals are going to be incredible, and it's going to be an event to behold. Alright, my last most anticipated movie of 2022 is releasing on Christmas Day, December 25th, and that is Babylon. Babylon is a new movie from Damien Chazelle, who directed La La Land, and it stars Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, which right there you have 2 of my favorite actors and actresses, and then there's some other people involved as well. This is about a movie star. Margot Robbie plays a movie star from the old Hollywood period. And so it's kind of like La La Land. I believe it's going to be kind of a love letter to Hollywood. Also kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which if you look back there, I have the Blu-ray on display there. I really loved that movie. I liked La La Land, didn't love it, but I'm really interested to see what this is and how it is, and with the people involved in it, I can only imagine it's going to be pretty darn good. And with it coming out on December 25th, it's obviously going to be an Oscar contention for 2023. Okay, that is my thoughts on my most anticipated movies of 2022. Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments what your most anticipated movies of the year are, what you're looking forward to watching, and etc., etc. Have an amazing 2022, guys. I will check in with you later.